morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you some prediction readings for the 16th of November. Welcome anybody new to my channel as well. I'm getting a lot of new subscribers. It's really lovely after being on here for 7 years. Please feel comfortable to comment down below. We chat to each other here, let each other know what's going on. As we know, we hear nothing about anything pretty much on our mainstream media, especially when it comes to protesting, etc. We know we don't get a lot of that information globally fed to us. So please feel free to comment and please consider subscribing. It'd be lovely to have you here. Don't forget like buttons too. That helps me a lot, guys, as well. I am here with Sophie, Sprockets somewhere outside with my daughter. So excuse the noise next door. They're cleaning their car, so hopefully it's not too loud. It's pretty windy today. Oh, I had an incident this morning, guys, speaking of windy. Oh, I went out the front. I went to go and grab a takeaway coffee. I have got my tea though now. I've had my coffee for the day. A huge massive tree branch had broken off, and not just a branch, it was like a tree in itself, just off one of the council trees out the front of my house. Anyway, it was, the actual trunk was like sticking out on the road up high, and I thought, oh god, someone's going to hit that with their car. I was all worried, so I thought I'll just at least just move it off the road. So I grabbed this like little branch that was like sticking up, you know, as you do, and I grabbed it just to pull it off the road. Oh my god, the branch snapped, guys, and I fell straight back onto my coccyx and my sciatica again. Full on landed on my ass. My back muscles and that just went like contracted again. And after, as you know, the journey I've had with my sciatica, I freaked. I was crying. I had to sit there for a minute in like shock, thinking, oh my god, what have I done to myself? But I managed to get up and everything. And anyway, I managed to get hold of my son, he's in the next town. He's coming home today. He's been at his girlfriend's, so he got a friend to come and move it because I was just sore. So I've had the heat bag on my back again, guys, and I've taken some painkillers. So I'm going to keep the heat pack up today and lay down and make sure my muscles don't keep contracting. Oh, I'm so freaked out, guys. It's the simplest, stupidest things that we do that cause us injuries, isn't it? Oh my god. Anyway, enough of me and my ridiculousness. All right, we've got a little bit of admin, guys. Let's get straight into it. I hope you're having a nice weekend. I love the weekends. I always tell you that, don't I? I do enjoy the weekends. Like, my hubby's actually away. Of course he is. When I had to move the branch off the thing, he's at the supercars in Adelaide this weekend. Okay. So he couldn't help me move it. That was the main dilemma, really. Okay. We've got the huge thing we've got to talk about here is Melbourne. Oh, yes. Everything that happens in Australia. Sorry, I've got a smudge in my glasses. It's annoying me, guys. Everything that happens in Australia seems to kick off in Melbourne, as we always say, the most lockdown city in the world other than Panda. Well, yes, they've cancelled the Christmas window unveiling. I think it's Maya down there does this huge, Maya or DJs, but I think it's Maya, do the huge unveiling of their like spectacular windows. Like, they're really spectacular. They do these great big Christmas window displays. I'm sure you do them in London and places like that. Absolutely stunning. No, not allowed to go ahead because the plasticine protests were going ahead on the same day with thousands and thousands of plasticine people saying that people shouldn't be having fun while there's genocide happening in the world. Like, seriously? I mean, no one's disagreeing with that. That's not what's going on. But people are allowed to have some fun in their lives. Like, I don't even get it. So now the unveiling of the Christmas windows, yeah, cancelled. Now, wouldn't your government step in and take charge of this? See, this is becoming obvious to us little people, peasants and Lego people, that they're trying to destroy all the fun. So the fun police, which is actually the plasticine protesters, have ruined that now for all the little kiddies and everyone having some magic in their life, which a lot of adults love. I think it's an Irwin Christmas too. I'm presuming that would be the Irwins, like Bindi and Bob, Steve Irwin's kids and all that. I'm presuming it is. I don't know. I can't be sure. But anyway, like, how more Australian can you get than that? Like, just sad. And I think they've warned the plasticine protesters not to come, but there's thousands on thousands of them when they march. These marches are getting bigger globally too, guys. They're back on again. I said that would happen. And of course, after that, they interviewed Jacinta Allen, who took over from Dictator Dan. Remember Dictator Dan, the Premier of Melbourne, when they were in lockdown for 2 years? Well, now they've got Jacinta Allen. Oh, there's Chungus's. There's Chungus's. Chungus, my magpie's wife, is there. Alfonso. I'm just going to show you Alfonso. That's Alfie. Hi, Alfie. Hey, Alfonso. He's talking to us. He's beautiful, isn't he? That's the partner. There's two of them. He's come for food. He'll just have to come back later because I'm in the middle of a video, Alfonso. I'll just have to communicate with him. And then this, I was telling you guys, sorry, interrupted by, if it's not the doggos, it's the birds, etc., etc. They interviewed this Jacinta Allen, and she's bringing in new laws about social cohesion. Yes, they're bringing in new laws. So let me know down below what you think social cohesion could mean. I mean, we've all been wanting to get on for ages, but it's our governments that have been separating and dividing us, isn't it? So be interesting to see what the social cohesion laws are. I'm guessing that's probably a lot to do with the old, what's that bill that's been going around everywhere? The old hate speech bill, etc., etc., where no one can speak out against anyone else or hurt anyone's feelings. Don't know what's going on there, but anyway. There always seems to be a bill magically come out when there's all a big kerfuffle, doesn't it, guys? The other thing is, oh yes, all very VIP, very important people, including Elbow, is at the APEC Summit, the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. And we've got Elbow hugging everyone. Yes, he's hugging Trudeau, and he was hugging and shaking hands with Biden. Oh, yes, Elbow keeping himself full of importance on the world stage, just the usual. And, I mean, really, economic cooperation. So this is obviously all about resources, isn't it? And selling and buying and trading. And, yep, Elbow's there to sell more of Australia off to the rest of the world as usual, sending us down a financial black hole. He does a good job. I'm not even doubting he's gone on his private jet plane there as well, guys, as have the rest of them. I'm sure Trudeau did. The other thing is they're showing Chucky, which is King Charles of the Royal Kardashians, meeting the Marines. He's a very busy man, isn't he? And he is called the Captain General, apparently, because he was one. And did you see he had all the medals? What are the medals for? I would love to know what Chucky's medals are for. Being the richest man in the world could be one of them. Just saying. He's very, very busy, isn't he, for someone who's supposedly in the middle of cancer treatment? None of this is adding up, guys. Sorry. Oh, and, God, guys, you're not even going to believe this. Well, actually, you will believe this because nothing shocks us on this channel anymore with Clown Show 2.0, does it? There's a new app here. I think you can get it on your phone, or maybe you can volunteer to trial. Wait till you hear it. Chart your fart. Yep, chart your fart. You can track your own emissions. Oh, this is sounding like a little bit of control, like the cow burps, cow farts. Well, now it's the human. Yep. And they're saying it's all around gut health, and this will help your gut because it'll tell you how bad your gut is and everything. And they were really serious. This was a serious news article on the Today Show here today. Chart your fart. Yep, the app, Chart Your Fart. Oh, I'm sure you just loaded up from the App Store. Guys, what is happening? How can people not realise there is something going on and it's called BS, bullshit? That is so much bullshit. We knew it would come. We knew they would end up taxing all of ours, didn't we, guys? Jab Cinder was one of the worst for the cow burps and cow farts, but we knew it would happen. Now that's the next thing we're going to be getting taxed for. So you can keep track of your own emissions. Honestly, this goes on and on, this comedy show, doesn't it, guys? Always good for a laugh, though, if nothing else. And New Zealand, I just wanted to mention what happened in your Parliament House yesterday. Was it yesterday? This week, anyway. There was the big tribal warrior bloody singing show. I'm sure you've seen it if you're in New Zealand. And apparently, all the comments, I had a look at some of the comments, and they're saying they're the far left. And apparently these people were really tight with Jacinda Ardern. So maybe it's not good, but they were stirring up the pot in Parliament. So watch this space, I think. I'm not sure what the carry-ons was about. I'm sure if you're in New Zealand, you could probably let us know. But it was a little bit dodgy, I've got to say. It did look a little bit staged to disrupt the Parliament. So let us know what's going on in New Zealand. All right, how about we get straight into the reading, guys, and we'll see what comes up. Oh, I'm getting London. I'm getting London. I'm getting that song again, London Calling to the Rest of the World by The Clash. We know that song comes up every time. But I'm getting that London's, I don't know when your next protest marches are, but they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger, they're getting stronger. Oh, it's so good. It's a mass vibration. But I'm also seeing the plasticine protests getting bigger and stronger. And they have a big following as well. So I'm just seeing this clash of the protesters at the moment. You certainly wouldn't want a clash of the same day. And I'm seeing like the London Bridge. We often get the symbol of the London Bridge guys here. Just as a symbol, the two marches coming to a head, coming together. Things could get quite ugly if this actually does happen, because it's the counter-protest. See, this plasticine will happen, but then there's the counter-protest where people fight back to get their country back from a lot of immigrants and illegal immigrants, etc., criminals, blah, 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 that have been very loosely let into the UK by Sushi, Starmer, Geddon, just to name a few. Boris probably as well. I am getting that. There could be big clashes to come. Hopefully not the days. I think you guys have got farmer marches too. Yes, you guys have been saying that. Let's hope there's tons of poop and hay gets dumped on maybe 10 Downing Street's entryway for poor old Starmageddon to come out and have removed. But I am getting that these things are going to get... There's a lot of counter-protesting is what I'm getting, which causes the issues because the police can't control it. They can't just kind of keep this side there and that side there. I feel a lot of counter-protesting because, of course, a lot of the immigrants and things like that don't want to leave the country either. They want to stay put. And, of course, I suppose then we'll get the bills passed like we do here in Australia with the Melbourne, what was it again called? Oh, the social cohesion laws. Maybe that's their new term for it all. Who knows? So I am getting that. A lot of clashing of protesting. There's going to be a lot of clashing. All right. I'm getting New Zealand. New Zealand's fighting for what's right. New Zealand still will not be stomped over by Chris Luxon. We know he's got to bring things in. We know he's going to have to push a couple of things, but they still won't get stomped on by him. People will still rise up in New Zealand. They'll still have their say. They will not lay down, people in New Zealand. They will not be just steamrolled over. They will stand up for what they think is right in New Zealand. So I do feel, I don't see large protests, but I do see pockets of protesting in New Zealand, definitely. All right. For significant things with meaning and purpose is what I'm getting in New Zealand. But see, like I keep saying to you in New Zealand, the difference is that Chris Luxon will communicate with protesters. He won't just ignore it and hope it goes away like Trudeau. He will actually communicate with the people. I keep saying it because he wants New Zealand to improve. He really does. He doesn't want to destroy his own country. It's a representation of him and a reflection of him. All right, that's what I'm getting for New Zealand. Well, I'm getting Queensland, I'm getting Brisbane, I'm getting wild, crazy storms. I know you guys are getting lots of rain and storms and wild weather. Well, it's still going to continue. I do see Brisbane getting hit by like a small like hurricane. Brisbane's up in Queensland. They get some very hot days and then they have some huge humongous storms. I am getting that here in Australia. Brisbane might get some huge storms. I'm getting Melbourne as well. They might have a few, it's sort of saying earthquakes out in the regional areas, but it could be the rumblings and tremors they might feel in Melbourne, Victoria. I am getting that. And it's purely just because of the heating and contracting of the earth. We know there's a lot of shifts going on globally. So I am seeing this rumblings of shifts in energy in the earth. Well, that'll be the perfect scenario, wouldn't it, then, for all the global warming, global boiling crap again. So, of course, it's always Melbourne, but I am seeing some earthquake tremor activity in Melbourne, but out on the outskirts, kind of sort of saying like Ballarat areas, like rumblings, a lot of rumblings. All right. Oh, they're showing me Xiping, they're showing me Panda, and they're still working on their little island takeovers in the Pacific. We know they've got Samoa, we know they're working on PNG. There's a lot of island takeovers. Xiping's still working on getting the power in this region. It's a race to achieve control in this area. I think we all know that. America's been bringing ships. Australia's trying to protect its borders and waters and all this kind of stuff. But I do see Xiping, Panda still pushing and trying to get that control. Well, they do a good job, I've got to say. They just stepped into Samoa and took it over really bad. Little people fought back, but Australia, I told you, sent army there and shut them up. And we were all thinking at the time, I remember thinking, this is weird, what's going on here? And then sure enough, all the mining began and they built them all these lovely sports grounds and everything. And I reckon this is what's happening in Papua New Guinea. There's a lot going on in Papua New Guinea in relation to Panda as well. And there's big mines in Papua New Guinea. So we do question a lot, don't we, guys? All right, let's see if there's anything else. I feel like I'm getting China, which is Canada here if you're new. We have a few code names for everywhere. I've got a new name for Trump too, Trumpet. I'm going to call him Trumpet. Just so the algorithm doesn't pick up too much, guys. That's why we do it. I'm getting that. And I'm getting... I'm getting back to China. I am getting China that Trudeau, we know he's at these summits. He's trying to improve his resources. We know he wants to be a superpower. He's trying to build his country up on the world stage. Oh, sorry, guys, sneezy. He's trying to really make China important. He wants to be right up there. And can you imagine him sitting at those tables with all these important leaders like Biden? Not that Elbo's important. I don't know how Australia is one of these big countries because it's a tiny little country. But Elbo keeps us in the loop. Oh, the birds are back. I'll have to feed them later. Fonzo, I'll feed you later. Keep them in the loop. He loves sitting up there. He's like a Cheshire cat because this is what he wants. He wants to be a superpower, sitting with Xiping. Oh, wouldn't he love sitting with maybe Putin? But he'd sit with Zelensky, wouldn't he? Don't you give all your money to Zelensky? All these kind of things. Maybe not sit with those leaders because then I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying, just in general, energy-wise. But he loves all this, getting his country to look like they're very, very important. And he's rebuilding his resources. See, he might have lost a lot of trust with a lot of countries. So he's having to work at rebuilding that now because that's what he wants to be, the superpower. And on the world stage, that comes back to resources and commodities and what you've got of value to trade. I mean, look at Japan. We talk about them all the time. They don't even have to do a lot, but they're very well respected and people like trading with them. We get that all the time. So I am getting that for China. Oh, my daughter's out feeding them. See, I'll show you. She puts a bit of mince on the railing. Oh, I hope you got to see Alfonso eating then. She must have heard him whistling. They're so funny animals, aren't they? It's incredible how you build a connection and a rapport even with a wild animal. It's quite bizarre. Sorry, guys, I get distracted by, me and my pets and birds and everything else. Cats, dogs, birds. So that's what I'm getting for China. He's loving being at these important, very important meetings, having his say on the world stage. We know that's been his goal the whole time. Not what the people want. That doesn't even come into the equation. That's just something that he doesn't even look at, as we know. Isn't it crazy how one person, and that one person that does come to mind from past history is, the little man with the mo that did rule Germany for quite some time. How one person can have so much impact on people. I'm not saying that Canada is in a mass psychosis, because you're not anymore. Maybe a lot of people were for the picky wheel 4 years ago, but they're not anymore. And that's what I'm getting, is that he's like this one person who puts himself, no one else does, not his people of his country, puts himself on a pedestal and just sees himself as above everybody, and that they should all be listening to him and his super intelligence and all the things he's got to say and do and all the changes he's making for his country. Honestly, it's psychotic, isn't it? And we know that that little man with the mo was quite psychotic, especially towards the end. He did some really weird shit, basically. Even the stuff that Turdo's doing now, you think about it. Registering your chickens, registering your veggie patches, charging you for rain. What the hell? Carbon taxes, all the crap you've got going on. It's too much for people to probably even get their head around. But he is thinking he's a real VIP now. He's really working on your trade. He's working on your trade big time. All right, I'll see if there's one more thing and then we'll pull some cards, guys. God, did I tell you the other day, guys, because I'm just getting this message, Christmas and then it's Easter, Christmas, then it's Easter. I think what the guys are saying is just everything's speeding up so fast now. Christmas will be here, then it's Easter. They showed this chocolate factory the other day. It was a Daryl Lee chocolate factory, and they're already making Easter eggs. They've done all their Christmas stuff, and now they're making eggs. What in the actual? I couldn't even get my head around how they could be making Easter eggs. It was crazy, because they're always ahead of time, I guess, aren't they? But you just think, oh my God, I've only just survived through Halloween. It's mental, isn't it? The speed of everything. And I will don't forget, guys, keep looking out for my 2025 prediction reading. I will do that very soon so we can get it up and see what 2025 will bring. Let me see if there's any quick messages for it. Hang on a minute. I'm getting a lot of sorrow, which is sad, but I think this is around financial distress that people will be in. We know they will be. We know people will be selling up, having to forego loans and just hand things over to the bank. It's just sad. We know what's going on. A lot of more children moving back home. This morning on TV, they had the tiny homes, all the variety of tiny homes you can get. We know that's what's happening. That's pretty much the future. The extended family will be all coming back home. Hang on, let me see if there's a word for 2025. Getting logistics. Hang on. Logic. Logistic. Are people going to be using their logic more in 2025? Maybe that's what it means. But logistics, is that facts and figures? I'm not sure. Hang on a minute. I'm getting the space race. Oh, we got to have a space race again. But this will be to do with Elon Musk and all of them. I don't think it's the moon landing. I don't think we're going to have every other country catching up doing their wonderful moon landings like we did this year. Oh, it was so entertaining watching everybody landing on the moon, like India and Japan, and catching up with, all these countries. Oh my God. Oh, let's not even go there with the moon landing, guys, because I think we all know what most of us here feel. That perhaps, just perhaps, maybe a lot of it was done in the studio. I call it the Universal Studio. Studios, that a lot of that might have been shot. I guess we have no proof, have we, guys? How about we pull a card? But I am getting that the space race will be on next year, but it'll be these flights to the stratosphere or whatever they are. Let's pull Earth Song Oracle. So look out for that. I will do my 2025. I'll try and do it this week. Glasses. Let's get the glasses on. tree. Growth, life established. Reach for your full potential and focus on obtaining wisdom. Oh, how good is that card? Aren't these cards beautiful? My new set. Look at the mushrooms growing from the bottom of the tree, which always is significant to me because that means it's a very healthy soil, healthy tree. This is us. Our wisdom keeps growing. Our branches keep growing. We've got new life, new leaves growing. And even the trees behind are like our shadow self. That's how I'm seeing that card. Growth, life, establishment, reach for your full potential and focus on obtaining wisdom. So again, we talk about doing this spiritual master's degree this year, and it's been very challenging. We talk about that and how we've had to learn, evolve. We're continuously learning and growing, aren't we, guys? So I guess the message there is to just keep doing that. Keep ensuring that you're moving forward and you're not, we'll talk about that, not staying stagnant. And letting moss grow over you and cobwebs and things like that. Keep moving. Keep flowing is the other message we always get too. Oh, sun. Passion, power, positivity. Remember to be joyous and have a positive outlook on life. Look at the little path there leading to all the houses. And the sun bursting. Sun. Passion, power, positivity. And I think, you know, you don't have to be positive all the time. I often talk about the yin yang, how you have to have negativity in your life in order to sort of appreciate the positive experiences as well. It's a balance, I think. But a passion, so we always talk about following your passions, your creativities. This is how you stay more positive. That's how you do it. You can shift. I put a video up the other day about shifting from negative thoughts into positive thoughts. You can shift them. And the thing is, I guess, what you got to focus on too is you don't want more negativity. Like if you're focusing on that, you're going to get more of it. So I think that's what they're sort of saying too. Remember to be joyous and have a positive outlook on life. Again, look for the positive things in your life. Appreciate the good times and the fun experiences or the joys that we have. That's what they're saying. Mountain. It's so us, isn't it? Strength, constancy, unmoving. Remain confident in yourself and your path. Oh, look at that. Look at the road going up the center of the mountain. I'm getting that song. You know, I want to be a mountain. I want to be a river. Oh. I don't know who sings that song, but I'm getting that. Look at the eagles flying. It's that real Native American Indian teepee energy, isn't it? What a great card. Because if you're new here, we always get given by the guides that song by Josh Groban, You Raise Me Up So I Can Stand on Mountains, as awakened souls who are, well, doing their spiritual master's degree this year, continuously growing and learning. We're getting more and more into our strength, our constancy, and our unmoving. Remain confident in yourself and your path. And that's the one thing that a lot of us has probably had to overcome in the last 4 years, is to really stay in our truth, our integrity, and be confident in our decisions, because it is the path that we're meant to take. And it's always that path less traveled, like I always talk about, guys, where we have to use our machetes to forge our path forward. The path less traveled. Oh. Today I thought I'd just leave a little bit of music with you guys today that you guys have given me. You guys always mention songs and things, and I had to listen to a few of these, and I really think they're worth going and checking out. They might inspire a lot of us with this awakening shift process that's going on. Firstly, Nikki Rowe, you gave me the song, Hey Nikki, you always talk to me, doll. Stand and Deliver by Eric Clapton. I think it's written by Van Morrison. And it's a protest song from 2020. You got to go listen to it, guys. It's a great song. Stand and Deliver. Not the one by Adam and the Ants. This is a different song. It's the protest song of 2020. And also, Susaki. Oh, I always get your name wrong. Suzuki. Susuke. Suzuki, I'm going to call you. You always write to me too. I know you're a huge Halloween fan. The band is Burns, and the song is Stars. It's a cute little song. We always get those messages about stars, don't we? Like, we're like these stars brightening up the sky and bringing a lot of light to the awakening process. So I did like that song as well. So thank you for sharing that. Actually, a couple of you, I think, suggested that one. And Kathy Horn, really great song. You suggested by The Muse, and the album is called The Will of the People. The Will of the People. So it's like a freedom fighting song, very freedom fighting song. When you watch the film clip, guys, you'll know what I mean. And it just reminds me of the people in the UK fighting back when you were going through all that Euler's tracking and tracing with the cameras. They show in the video people spraying the cameras and just fighting against all that garbage that Sushi was kind of bringing out. Just all the rubbish, like people don't want to take it anymore. It's fighting for that freedom. So thank you, Kathy Horn. That was good as well. So I thought I'd leave you guys with those songs today from you guys. So thank you for always sharing your comments. You always give me little tunes and songs and let us know what's going on in your countries. Much appreciated. I'll say goodbye from me and Sophie. I'll see if we can see her. She's asleep. Sophie, you want to say goodbye to everybody? Sophie. Sophie. So... No, she's saying goodbye. Good girl. I hope you got, the big thumb. Hope you got to see her. Have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget like buttons. Please comment. And please consider subscribing. It'd be beautiful to have you here. And I'll talk to you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.